NATO meetings focus on weapons production, U.S. general says Russia lost. Brussels, NATO defense ministers are gathering in Brussels on Wednesday for more meetings on the long-term response to Russia's war against Ukraine, including boosting the production of armaments and ammunition. Jean-Marc Milley, chairman of the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff, said that Russia has lost strategically, operationally, and tactically, after he met in Brussels with defense chiefs from countries supporting Kyiv. Here's the latest on the war and its ripple effects across the globe. Key developments. NATO is looking for ways to enhance our defense industrial capacity, Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg said. Ukraine's backers expect the war, which is depleting ammunition stocks, to intensify in the coming months. NATO hopefuls Finland and Sweden will take part in Wednesday's meetings. The main question is not whether Finland and Sweden are ratified together, Stoltenberg told reporters earlier. The main question is that they are both ratified as full members as soon as possible. U.S. researchers accused Russia of putting thousands of Ukrainian children in re-education camps, while Moscow called the allegations absurd statements. The State Department-supported Conflict Observatory said the camps exposed children from Ukraine to Russia-centric academic, cultural, patriotic, and/or military education as part of what a report describes as an operation directed by the Kremlin. The Russian embassy in Washington said Moscow has accepted children who fled Ukraine, adding that we do our best to keep minors and families. The head of the Wagner Group said that for a long time he ran the internet troll farm that faced U.S. sanctions over charges of meddling in the 2016 U.S. presidential election. Yevgeny Prigozhin, whose mercenary forces are fighting alongside Russia in Ukraine, said on Telegram that he created and managed the Internet Research Agency to protect the Russian information space from the boorish aggressive propaganda of anti-Russian assertions from the West. Battleground updates. Ukraine's armed forces said heavy fighting is raging around Bakhmut. Russian artillery pounded districts in the besieged city as Ukrainian troops fought to repel attacks, Kyiv's military said early Wednesday. Russian forces have ramped up their attacks in recent weeks on the city in the eastern Donetsk region. Britain is delivering for Ukraine the effects they need on the battlefield, rather than fighter jets, which require months of training, British Defense Secretary Ben Wallace said Wednesday. He said Ukraine's backers can help faster by providing weapons such as anti-aircraft missiles. Kyiv is renewing calls for aircraft now that allies, including the United States and Germany, have pledged heavy tanks, although Western officials indicate they are unlikely to send jets anytime soon. Global impact. The European Union is targeting Iran in its latest package of sanctions against Russia, European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen announced Wednesday. The move seeks to stop Iran from providing drones for Russia's war in Ukraine, her statement said. The package, which requires approval from the 27 EU nations, includes export bans worth €11 billion targeting critical technology and goods such as electronics, specialized vehicles and spare parts for trucks and jet engines. Moldova briefly closed its airspace after the defense ministry reported the sighting of a balloon-like object in the sky on Tuesday. Earlier this week, Moldova's president accused Russia of plotting a coup against the country's pro-West government. Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova called the claims baseless and unsubstantiated. The United Nations said Wednesday it was appealing for $5.6 billion to help millions of people in Ukraine and countries that have taken in refugees by providing food, healthcare, and other aid needs. From our correspondents, Ukraine's allies rushed to send more equipment, risking logjams.